Zelda Informer Podcast. Bum 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 bum.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 31 of the Zelda Informer Podcast. My name is Adam, your host as always, and this week we have tons of topics to discuss. Play to pay to play, World of Warcraft launched a new token system that allows players to buy monthly subscriptions with in-game coins. President Obama called for an end to conversion therapies for LGBT youths. As the ballot goes on, the Smash Quest begins. In the NES Punk's recent video, he showed viewers that the gray cartridge NES copy of the original Legend of Zelda is less common than the gold version, but still worth less. IGN has launched a new show called Anime Club for all you weeaboos and bakas hoping to get noticed by Senpai. GTA 5 for PC is coming as a 7-disc set, because that's necessary. A group of Hylian fans recreated the Game of Thrones opening using a Link to the Past map. The results will blow you away. Majora's Mask 3D is the best-selling video game of 2015 according to Amazon's top seller list. Love the concert but forgot your giant wallet at home? Unable to attend because of the prices or location at the time? You're in luck. Symphony of the Goddess of merchandise is now available for purchase online. Fans of the augmented stereotypical 90s cool guy Adam Jensen are in luck. Deus Ex Mankind Divided has released its first trailer. The special edition hardcover of Majora's Mask 3DS is back in stock on Amazon for a limited time, so hurry now. Tech geeks, if you're looking to see the Apple Watch is worth the purchase, save your rupees. Critics say it's a fun toy but not worth the price. And looking to make your browsing experience even more enjoyable, a new add-on through Google Chrome Store lets you play Animal Crossing tunes in the background while you surf the web. And it's totally free. I'm Adam, as always, and this week I'm joined by...
Are you guys ready for this? Post down and put in some air horns at the end of this. I'm Jake, and I'm a writer for Zelda Informer. I got promoted.
I'm gonna put the clap.
Okay, thank you. Put something. I want that to be, like, I want some, like...
The little one-person clap thing that I have.
Okay. I write here now. Who's next?
Oh, Jake. He turned against us, Adam. He turned against the podcast brotherhood.
He's on Zelda Informer. It's not like he joined another site.
What's up, guys? It's Chris, cooking in the kitchen, cooking up some Zelda news.
Hey, I'm Vernon Shaw, new to this banter thing. I'm glad we're all doing it. I am 1/3 of Hot Pepper Gaming, and I work on a bunch of other dumb weird stuff on the internet. The best third.
Oh, so before I said, you're the best person from Hot Pepper Gaming, you're like, let's not turn this into a competition, and now you're making it a competition?
Like, let me have my Kanye moment, okay? I'm told I get one per day.
You get one per day.
That was it. I had one.
Vernon's also the
I was told at the meeting that you get one per month.
The Binoculus Rift.
Yeah, we can really get into the Binoculus Rift later.
Do you really want to talk about this so much, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We have Zelda news to cover.
Since.
I
mean, who knows? Binoculus Rift Zelda Edition.
So, a few weeks ago, Eiji Aonuma released a video with Nintendo stating that Zelda U will not be released this year, or it's planning not to be released this year, so they continue working on development, and it will not be shown at E3. What do you guys think about that? That's kind of weird, right? They released all this information last year, and now nothing this year.
Well, I gotta tell you, I know that this is probably a huge disappointment to a lot of Zelda fans, and I obviously agree, but I kind of know why it is they're doing this. Hey, Adam. Or anyone for this matter. What year did Skyward Sword come out in?
Wasn't that like 2010? I think?
It was 2011.
2011. Okay.
And do you remember anything special about the year that Skyward Sword came out?
25th anniversary.
Yes. And do you know what year it's going to be next year?
30th anniversary.
Yes.
Oh,
they're
actually, I never thought
waiting.
of that.
They're probably waiting to make it as good as they can for the 30th anniversary.
Here's the thing.
Which is a bummer.
They waited to make Skyward Sword better, and it came out terrible. They didn't wait at all to release Majora's Mask, and it came out great. So, Jake, tell me, does development cycle really matter? I've seen a lot of comments saying, oh, thank God, they're taking their time on this, they're making it perfect. And it's like, but they did the same thing with other games, and it came out really bad. Look at Duke Nukem Forever. It is the clear sign of a long development cycle not working in your favor. In fact, it usually works against you.
Alright, well, either way then, if Duke Nukem would have came out like 5 years after like the original one, then it still would have sucked.
I mean, there's a difference between development hell and a game having to be put on, like, a delay to add in a few more things. Duke Nukem Forever had a horrible history.
Like, Battlefield 3 has the same thing, Star Wars.
I mean, Battlefield 3 is kind of a game I like.
Yeah. But, like, what I was saying earlier with Skyward Sword, it was released with a delay because they wanted to make it polished. But it came out still having all these problems. It still had all these issues, and it wasn't a polished game.
Right.
Oh, like, initially, I think a lot of people said it was their favorite Zelda game, but afterwards, looking back, and I think a lot of people realized it wasn't as great as people were expecting or they hoped.
Can I
Yeah,
stop
I
you
don't
guys really quickly?
particularly mind it, but yes. Say it.
I
No.
just want to say how much I appreciate that I'm getting Zelda informed right now.
Aw.
Oh yeah.
Thank you
Now,
guys.
just
On the
sit back,
podcast?
relax.
Thank you so
Listen,
much.
Listen.
No
On this
problem, Vernon.
podcast,
Vernon.
but surely we don't
Vernon.
talk about Zelda here. All we talk about is
Vernon.
games.
Okay,
Vernon.
I got you.
Vernon.
Yeah.
All right.
Vernon.
So,
Vernon.
Vernon, how hot do you get over the situation about the game being delayed?
Man, I'm an easygoing dude. Delay it as much as you want. Just give me something,
You seem
Good.
pretty.
Vernon's in the
value.
public mindset,
Yeah,
the general
and
mindset.
I think
which is-
what Jake was saying sort of rings true. There's a big difference between a long development cycle and a tempestuous development cycle.
Ooh,
So-
vocabulary.
Oh.
Thank you.
Vernon.
So like,
oh my god.
so when you point at something
is
like,
it getting hot in here, or is it just your peppers?
Oh,
Jake,
oh,
stop
geez.
flirting with the guests. You do this all the time.
Yeah, like
I like our guests. They're good Joes and chums.
Thank you.
His name is Vernon, not Joe.
Yeah, what Joe have we ever had?
But yeah, if you can point to something like Duke Nukem and say that was a long development cycle, and because of that, long development cycles don't really work. But there's a very long and storied history to why that was a bad
I know.
game, and
Yeah.
I think we should at the very least appreciate.
But at the same
that.
time, I still say like Majora's Mask
What's
Had
wrong with Majora's
the-
Mask?
had
It was a
no,
year
Saying the
turnaround, right?
opposite.
it had a year, and that was it. And came with a question. The goal was to make a Zelda game within a year. Like that was their time limit, and they did it, and they made a great game. Probably some people's favorite game in the series.
Yeah, but they
But
also
remember-
reused assets.
Yeah,
That's
they
true.
were gonna.
Yeah, that's also a big
they,
part
they
of it.
didn't
The
have
physics,
DLC
the
back then.
assets. What? What does that have to
It
do?
was have to do with
like-
anything.
Like no, like Majora's Mask was supposed to be like an add-on to Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, that was
like,
true. Yeah, they were gonna do the whole thing. Wait,
Uda
So,
Zelda.
I mean, it's not like Wii U is gonna be an add-on to Skyward Sword or anything like that. You know, it's kind of like a brand new game.
did the Ocarina of Time have the Rumble feature in it?
yes, it did.
Yes.
The
Okay,
Stone of Agony.
I did not know that.
So like,
It would
I mean,
rumble every time you were near a secret.
Haha, you're so funny.
Well, it would. That's
not. That wasn't a
Right,
joke.
that's-
You just said
that
a
was
thing.
the function.
I
It's
know,
like
but
he said the sky is blue, and you just went
It
ha.
would rumble when you were near like a hidden hole or something.
It seemed too convenient you put it in there.
What?
But I mean,
that
me
was
for
a
one,
statement of
I-
fact. I don't know it about convenience.
Likely story.
But like for me, I'm glad that they're holding off the game and they're gonna keep it in the development more because one saves my wallet some money for a while. I don't have to spend another $60 on another AAA. To me,
Well, you could
Zelda's a
already
AAA
pre-order it
title.
if you want using Amazon.
I mean, Nintendo is a big publisher. I think you can call it. Well, actually, Adam, remember when Mr. Alusiondick, that's his name, right?
Yes.
Did I say it right? When he was on the show, it was right after the Game Awards where they showed Zelda,
yeah,
and he said he was very, very frightened because of how empty it looked.
yeah,
And
that's what a lot of people said.
Well, I mean,
And apparently,
I'm sure they're filling
Jeff Keighley just came out and said that like that game appearing at all was like very, very like short notice. So the game itself probably wasn't terribly ready to be shown.
Exactly.
And
But the
I
fact
don't
that
know,
it was that they were willing to show anything at all, and now are not able to show anything is pretty surprising. It's such a weird thing for a game. Usually, you get the first appearance and the second appearance, which has a little bit more of a solid demo. It's something at the very least because they showed it last year. I mean, it's fine to say that they're going to be limiting the appearance or they're not going to be having a demo, but they've said no appearance at all. They're not going to have any representation for the game at the show.
Which does raise a few questions.
That is
I'm
very concerning.
Absolutely on your side.
That makes me very concerned. And I understand that they said that they're going with new directions and they have new ideas going in because the new mechanics they're doing, the new explorative world. But at the same time, I still say, what are you so afraid of us seeing too early on that you can't hide away or are unwilling to make something to prepare or to at least keep the hype up to some degree? I think that's very important to keep it relevant.
Adam.
Yeah.
I want to kind of give this kind of like an analogy. It took them like 8 years to show Kingdom Hearts 3 footage, my friend.
That's Square Enix, and Square Enix makes bad decisions every day by being
Well,
Square
hey,
Enix.
hey.
They wake up in the morning, they say, what am I going to do today? Make a terrible game. Let's do it. Final
Hey,
Fantasy
I'm not
13 Part
disagreeing.
3.
Hey. Kingdom, we're
Lightning
talking Kingdom Hearts right here.
re-returns.
We're talking
Please
the
bring her
Kingdom
back.
Ancient
Don't.
Hearts right now. Like, so I think it's, companies, maybe like more Eastern companies, they tend to make decisions like this a little more often.
Well, then let me ask you the question. Would
Ask
an
it.
American-made Zelda game be bad? Like,
No.
if an Eastern company
No.
tends to do these sort of things, do you think a Western studio could
No.
possibly do a Zelda game and make it good?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, give it.
Sorry, that's
I
very
would like
absolute.
to think so.
Why?
The I'm sorry.
I'm just asking why, because you guys are saying yes, but I don't.
Oh, okay. Like the formula of Zelda, like the way that the entire game's laid out, it doesn't seem like completely Eastern to me.
But a lot
It's
of
not
the
even
things
like-
that are like inbred into the series have a lot of Eastern roots.
Yeah, they do, but I mean, like, it's not like, oh, heavily RPG. You
Wait,
have
let
like,
me
all these
let me
different
pause
things to
you right there. Like when you say something, and sorry for interrupting, but when you say it's you know, it has heavily inset Eastern roots, are you talking about sort of the image, the art direction, or are you talking about the play mechanics?
The play mechanics for one, the art style is another thing that I've noticed.
I would
Tends to have-
disagree, man. Like
Really?
you look at something, and you know, I'm kind of like operating on like the global sort of framework of a Zelda game, which, you know, like just like looking at the entire series, and at the very beginning it was just an exploratory game, and you
Mhm.
see sort of how, you know, Western and Eastern games kind of diverge at a point. You know, you have your JRPGs
Yeah.
and you have your Western RPGs. Zelda, it kind of like paved the way for something like Skyrim, which is a very like prototypical
Mhm.
Western RPG. You know, end of the day, like I would make the argument that, you know, something as very basic as like NES Zelda kind of paved the way for what a Western RPG looks like.
Oh yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that, but I still think that it's kind of Nintendo tends to be very hesitant about these things because a lot of things that are in depth, like things that don't really like add up to a lot themselves, but as small pieces of the overall picture, they do kind of mirror the creator's roots. For example,
I feel like it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
the Keaton race in The Legend of Zelda, who Jake might be more familiar with,
Yes.
is based on the kitsune, which is a mythical creature of Japanese lore.
That's true.
The three-tailed fox, in this case.
Yeah, the toilet in the hand is another Japanese myth. I know a lot of it is based on like Japanese folktales and
Mhm.
lore and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot
mean,
of...
But
But
hey,
one
wait,
thing-
there was a baseball section in the
You're bringing
well,
that up.
yeah, the baseball section. Oh,
A Link Between Worlds.
yeah, yeah,
Between
like that,
Worlds,
and that is a heavily
bringing that
Western
up.
influence.
Well, actually, I think baseball is very big in Japan.
Huge
I think
in
a lot of
Japan,
actually.
a lot of
Yeah,
players
I
from
take that
Japan
back.
actually come to the West to play baseball in the
I
American
wonder
leagues.
where this sport originated.
But then they leave
Oh,
because they
yeah.
get bored.
I think it's the Seattle Mariners that it was after actually fun.
There's
little
several
Nintendo
players that
trivia.
have come from Japan.
Hiroshi Yamauchi bought the Seattle Mariners way back when, and that was a huge deal that a Japanese businessman owned them, and it actually helped to open the floodgates for Japanese players being able to play in MLB.
And
Like,
they're
it was
good. They're good players. I mean,
Yeah.
they really do fit in. They like a lot of the time with regional sports. Baseball, I would consider to be kind of a regional sport.
see
you tend to
ton of
have
people
a
in
very-
Cuba doing it.
I'm sorry.
I like even in South America, baseball has become huge, especially like
Yeah, but
I
if
know
you-
Cuba's in South America,
But in the
I
same
mean,
way
like,
that
in the islands as well.
basketball is so like has such a lower caliber in Europe, and it's
Right.
such a highly ranked sport in the Americas as well as American football. You know,
It's really funny. We get all these European basketball players. Well, like they come from Europe to play in America.
because the European League does not match in terms of how intense it is,
Not at all,
how
not
hard
at all,
it is
you're
to
right.
succeed in there. So a lot of the players that excel there will come here because that's the actual challenge for them.
Yeah.
But I think getting back to the original topic, I think that, you know, the things that make Zelda what it is, I don't know if an American studio could possibly harness it in the same way. I'm not saying that I'm not open to the idea, nor that, you know, I don't think that working with an American studio would be a hindrance to Nintendo, but I think that it's better left, to play the devil's advocate in this case, I think it's better left to Nintendo of Japan.
I mean, I agree with you. For the like, you know, obviously that's probably not going to change. Probably going to stay Nintendo. You know, it should be there. But I mean, like, I understand that the lore and like a lot of the art style is like heavily like Japanese kind of oriented. But I mean, as I feel like a lot of the development, besides, you know, the art style and like, you know, the writing of the game, it could be done in like by like a U.S. studio or a Western studio.
I think if a U.S. studio were to take helm of it, the only noticeable difference we'd find, I mean, obviously Zelda games have big differences.
Names.
It would be aesthetics. It would also be stuff like you wouldn't see the toilet in the hand, like some kind of equivalent of that, because that's based off a Japanese horror story of like a hand that like waits for you in ladies' bathrooms. It's very
What if
creepy.
they wait, Jake, what do you think if they collaborated though? If they took like Nintendo of America and like a development studio located, you know, in-house there, and the development studio is located in-house in Japan? And
well, I think that if they
Well, I mean, I'm fine with collaborations and stuff like that.
I think- that if they worked with Nintendo of America, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jake.
No, you're fine.
I think if they worked with Nintendo of America, Reggie would definitely be behind it and try to get as much involvement as he can because this is one of his favorite series. I think.
Yeah.
I actually joked that if you guys remember, we did a segment on the site during April Fools. We called it Reggie Informer, where Reggie Fils-Aimé took over the site for the day. And I had this joke. I wrote a script for it for the Reggie sitcom that was originally supposed to be just Reggie by himself with 3 other Reggies living in an apartment. But then the execs thought it was too Reggie focused, and so he had to add other people begrudgingly. And so he added out Eiji Aonuma, who he dislikes intensely because he has the job he wants. So even on the banner for it, I put in Eiji Aonuma as Phoebe from Friends because she's the least liked of all the members of Friends. Just stuff like that.
Wait, she is by the fan base?
I would assume so. Phoebe? Really? She's weird.
Yeah, my sister and I love her. We love all of her random music and stuff like that. It was great.
She's not the person that most people would be friends with in real life. She's the one in the group that's why is everyone friends with her? But anyway, we're not talking about friends here.
You know, in real life, you have that one friend.
I guess I have you. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about Reggie Informer, what you guys thought about it. Did any of you actually look into it a little bit? Because I know that Jake's up.
Before we get into this, can I quickly finish my point?
Yes, of course. I'm so sorry.
We move on. I think an American studio can do it because I don't think necessarily where you're born or where you're from is I don't think that has as much of a control as how creative you are and how well you can tell a good story. I do think there will be obvious differences in things like lore and inspirations, but, I think they can do a good job with it. Instead of the toilet in the hand, we'd probably see something more akin to the Jersey Devil.
I'm not saying that it has to do with the there's not going to be good quality. I'm saying it's more just the upbringing, in the same way that I think that there is good baseball players that exist that were born in Europe, but they never got to play baseball as kids. They never grew up in the environment that nurtured those sort of habits, and therefore I don't think it suits.
That's a good point, but let me ask you something, Adam. Do you know what makes a Zelda game good?
I'm playing the devil's advocate, so I actually really do not believe any of these points. I'm really just trying to think outside the box and really try to see, why I think the way I do about this, which is
good on you, Adam.
No, you do make a good point. I mean, you can't just obliviously say, of course we could do it as good. There are differences.
Let's try to see why they wouldn't be able to,
games.
and I think that's important as fans of any series, is to see what is bad, to know what's good, and to know why it's good.
Exactly.
Adam,
you yourself, do you know what makes a Zelda game good? It's just a rhetorical yes or no.
Yes.
Chris, do you know what makes a Zelda game good or bad? Do you know the difference? What will make it good and what will make it bad?
Subjectively or objectively?
Yeah, well, subjectively, I suppose.
Well, if it's subjective, then yes, I know it makes it good or bad.
Wouldn't it always be subjective because it's an opinion?
Well, I mean,
what about you, Vernon?
I want to make a joke.
Make a Zelda game good?
I want to make a joke here and say no.
Do it.
But yeah.
You should have gone with it.
I do know.
That isn't dictated by your cultural norms. You know what makes it good because you know the kinds of feelings that evoke inside of you when you play a Zelda game. Or any game,
you see,
and the feelings of rage that invoke inside me when I play Skyward Sword.
The feelings of rage when I watch Adam play Watch Dogs.
No, I had
when Jeff watched me play Skyward Sword.
I felt a lot of rage in Oracle of Ages when I had to get the flippers from the freaking gravestone that I couldn't jump over with my animal. It was the hardest thing ever for a 5-year-old boy.
Oracle games are so confusing sometimes. I get lost half the time whenever I try to play those games.
I love those games to death, but there were points that I wanted to throw my Game Boy in the toilet.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's not funny.
So Reggie Informer.
Yes.
Oh, that was just I had to avoid the website all day just
because. But I did so much work on it. I was so happy with it.
And I'm glad you worked too.
Did you see the 3DS that the Reggie Informer 3DS that we made?
Yeah,
dude, I wanted
it. It had a neat design, Adam.
Thank you.
I wanted it.
Aw. That's what I saw. I saw a few forum posts about it later on that Nate showed me. He said people were I just want this. I'm not mad. I just want one of these.
Knowing the way Nintendo handles stock, it would be sold out in 4 minutes.
You saw on the Reggie Fils-Aimé forums.
You think it would last 4 minutes?
Oh god,
that's bold.
So I guess in more contemporary news, if I may say something, as some of you at home and also on the podcast might know, since I hate myself, I collect amiibos. And that is one of the most masochistic hobbies you can possibly have.
Dude, high five. I have 6.
6. You're done. Chris, you don't have enough.
I
Yeah.
don't have 6.
Wait,
I have
there's supposed
2.
to be like 50 something.
I think
like, there's
Jeff
one for every
has-
character.
There's gonna be.
I think Jeff
There's
has the
gonna
most
be.
terrifyingly large collection of anyone I know.
Oh god.
I'm pretty sure he has all of them at this point, or close to
But-
all of them.
I'll be real. Like, I want the entirety of Wave 4. There's not one of them that I'm like, nah, dude, I want them. So
I heard
I was
Ness
on
was
like,
sold out.
Ness is gone. They crashed GameStop's servers. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I wanted one, but I didn't want to deal with all that crap. Like-
Yeah. You should have, dude. You should have asked Riley. He was in line. Like,
Nah,
he could've done
I
it.
didn't want to like make someone go through that effort.
I'll
That's
just
the thing.
get 'em
I
when the
wanted to.
third-party people start
The
selling
thing
it.
is that I don't want to be a part of that sort of mindset
Yeah.
and that sort of
I-
culture of obsession with like for example collector's editions of anything. Like
Uh-huh.
is it really worth the extra cost? Is it really worth all this effort and strenuous activity to get it? Like, does your Majora's Mask 3DS Special Edition really improve the enjoyment of the game? I mean, it's great to have.
No,
And
it
it's really nice.
absolutely
And as a fan, it's like the Skull Kid statue is awesome. Like, it kicks ass. And does it really improve the quality of the game that you're playing? I don't think it's
Honestly-
necessarily worth it with this kind of behavior that it's been developing lately with people.
No,
You
Adam,
Adam?
you were not wrong about any of that. You were go on, Chris.
Well, I want to say like, in terms of collector's editions, I would say, if you're a collector and someone that likes to, like dust your house every day to make sure that your like toys are clean, you go for it. But as far as like if you want like in-game stuff, you do much better if you like waited for like the game of the year edition of a game. 'Cause
Yeah.
then you get so much more
Always.
things like,
And that's kind of
things
the
that actually
better thing to
count
do
in-game.
is to just wait for the Game of the Year edition of everything that you have.
Which is very unfortunate.
But it's like
yes.
wow, you can get the game now, or you can wait 6 months for it to actually be full and done.
Yeah,
no bugs.
No-
most
yeah.
of the DLC.
That's what I
like,
did
Open
with
up the game,
Skyrim,
you download the
I
update, you're
played-
good to go. It's never going to crash on you. You're never going to lose any progress, and you're going to get all the options available to you right from the get-go.
Adam, I paid $23 for the Legendary Edition of Skyrim, and I got all the DLC and the game, and it was amazing. And all those together were worth like, what, $80?
Yeah, but you waited,
Oh.
and you waited, and you got everything
I waited
for...
long enough. I was like, you know what, I'm going to get all this now, because it's a
Mhm.
great price for all this
Yeah.
together.
I bought Fallout 3, I bought New Vegas with all the DLC for like $20, and
Even
it's
better.
been amazing because I'm playing through the DLC, and some of it is so much better than even the base game, and I think that's a lot of things that a lot of the time that tends to happen.
I don't want to go back to the Eastern-Western talk, because that's a huge conversation. But
no,
I mean, like,
please,
that's,
if you want
that's,
to, it's fine.
that is something that like a Western company like Bethesda does
That's-
really well.
Right, that's
they-
one of the things that I should have touched
they-
on, actually.
They do that so well. They compile all their games up together, or all the game and all the DLC and everything, and they'll give it to you in a nice, neat package for the low price of whatever it is at the time you want to get it. And it's great. They don't even need to offer you like season passes or anything like that.
Well,
You know,
the problem is...
I
like,
haven't seen a season pass by them at least.
I've seen a lot of Western studios release, can you imagine a Zelda game that has DLC? Can you imagine that being... I mean, other than the fact that there already is kind of DLC with Amiibo,
Well, I mean, with this
but-
Wii U version, I think we're going
and
to be
with
expecting
the
some.
with Hyrule Warriors, which is not a Zelda game in the same
no,
sense.
It's totally not.
It's
It has
it's
a
a
skin on
Zelda
it.
fan game, which is the
With
idea.
with
It's
a
like
skin.
the idea, as it's
Yeah.
described. It's a celebration of all things Zelda.
Which it's not. It's a celebration of 3 things, Zelda.
I'm definitely going to get the hot pepper.
Women,
DLC soon.
explosions, and fields.
Hey, I heard that.
mostly fields.
Mostly the third thing, fields.
It's a lot of
A
fields,
lot of
actually.
fields, actually. Yeah.
You know
There are
what they
two.
call
Guys,
There's
those
let's
like
just take a
fields?
moment and think about all the fields.
they need to slow down on those.
I'm gonna
fields.
include, like, a
we
quiet,
need to
beautiful
have an
pause there.
intervention for Hyrule Warriors and just sit them down and say, "Dude, you got too many fields, man."
Just take the map, cut it in half. That's the battle size. But what about all the space for the fields? It's like, you don't need them. You don't need all those extra textures.
Well, I mean,
we don't
if
need
you're-
all this field.
you don't
If
need
you're
it.
a guy that likes a good like hack and slash, I think it's hack and slash, right?
The thing is,
Yeah,
though,
it's
when you're
absolutely
running
hack
like
and
20
Yeah,
minutes
like-
to get to the next hack and slash part of the map, it's kind of ridiculous,
Dude,
isn't it?
I mean, dude, people love that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's their genre and they love the Dynasty
coming!
Warrior stuff, then go ahead.
slash. Because the worst part about the fields is that like when you're like, "Oh no, the Allied base is in trouble. I'm 20 minutes away." Oh,
I wish I had my horse or something.
I have the horse. It doesn't move any faster.
Oh man, that's
What
actually
good are
really
you?
funny. That's kind of really accurate to like my experience with the game.
Makes the horse kind of unnecessary. But
No,
let's
the
talk.
horse can stomp on enemies, but it doesn't move any faster.
But is that necessary though?
The horse is like super good as far as like your combat, but like it doesn't move faster.
Or like
but Adam, you were gonna say
in
something.
general, like I mean, the Master Sword is like an iconic piece of Zelda, but is it necessary?
No.
Wait, what?
Is the Master Sword necessary?
Well, I mean,
No?
there have been other swords besides Master Sword.
Of course,
Yep.
yeah. But do you think that the Master Sword is necessary in its own right?
No, and I'll tell you why.
Wait,
because
what about
I
its
feel
what
like
about its
the-
identical pieces? Do you want to include all of them in the
Let me tell you
same thing? Like,
It's
wait, like Adam, wait, before Jake gives his answer for this question, are you talking about like the Master Sword and all of its identical things, or just the Master Sword and like in any other game where
the
he doesn't have
Master Sword or anything you can consider to be the Master Sword, if not in name, but in like idea.
Oh,
what-
like
Oh.
the idea of like the legendary. Yeah, of course, that actually helps my answer. What I was gonna say is the reason why I think it's unnecessary is because it kind of locks Zelda narrative to a point where it's like, oh, the only way you can do the thing is if you go to the 3 places
Well-
so you can unlock the sword, and then the sword is the only way to do
Well,
it.
no,
Like,
I think it's kind of in the same way. I'm sorry, I interrupted you again. Please continue.
no, you're fine. You're fine.
But like, I think it's so important. It's the Excalibur of the series. You know, it defines who the hero is. In the same way that Excalibur, being the sword and the stone, when it's pulled, the king of England has been chosen. I think that the Master chooses the hero of Hyrule, and that's actually essentially what it is for, is to find the hero.
That's a good point.
And it's
But there's something about Zelda canon, and that is that it is determined by whatever the directors want to do. at
That
the
is
time.
very
The Master
true.
Sword, the Master Sword didn't exist.
If
till
I could
the
ask
third game.
Eiji Aonuma one question, it would just be like, what
Well,
direction? What? Tell me. What?
Jake,
what are you
if
doing?
If you were including all of its
And-
like identical pieces in there, then I mean
you
like
don't ever.
then
No, like the
Skyward
first
Sword
two
would be
games-
pointless. Skyward Sword would have no point at all. Like what? A very
here's
important
the-
character would disappear from the.
Well, I
entire
mean, you
game.
could still have
Here's
the
the thing
journey of the sword's creation. That was part of it.
Yeah.
That could be a big
Here's-
thing. But in the same way,
See-
like a lot of I've seen a lot of movies and stuff where you have like you have to take the sacred artifact to the mountain, and it's like, but do I use it? Oh, it's like, no, don't touch it. Just put it in the mountain. That's it.
I would actually like to formally apologize for trying to defend Skyward Sword. Please do not crucify me.
So what?
I was just saying it in terms of lore because it's there, and we
Well-
have to acknowledge it sometimes.
The thing about lore is very tricky, and like I guess the best way to look at lore is look at the Pokemon series, for instance. I mean,
Rich with lore, deep
here's the
history,
thing.
where
Here's the
every
thing.
game they decide that a new Pokemon is God.
Well, kind of, but
This is the
All right,
God
well, here's-
of gods.
well,
This is
Adam-
the God of the God of the gods.
Jake,
Hey,
I
Adam.
have an analogy
Hey,
for
Adam.
you. I have an,
hey, Chris and Adam,
Yes.
may I? All right, Chris, go on really quick, then I'll say mine.
Jake, here's my analogy for you. What would Hot Pepper Gaming be without hot peppers?
Oh, geez,
Gaming.
we're dragging me into this.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
think
have to
Vernon,
come
what
into
would
the
hot-
slugfest.
You made a video what Hot Pepper Gaming would have been
Hold on,
if it
hold
weren't
on.
for Hot Peppers.
You made a video about Hot Pepper Gaming, but you never made a review for Majora's Mask 3D. What gives?
Oh,
What is your thoughts?
sorry, I just never, I didn't have time to finish.
I will
the
do
game.
this for you.
Vernon. No.
Oh,
Oh man, we're having a shoot on Sunday, and I was thinking of
Vernon.
what I was going to review, and then I realized that
Vernon.
I got
Vernon.
maybe 20 minutes into Majora's Mask 3DS, so
Me and Jake could
that's
probably
not happening.
Me and Jake could probably do a review if you want.
Oh, guys, come on.
Vernon, listen. Hey,
But
Hey,
all right,
wait, who's whispering? Someone's whispering at me.
Shh. Vernon, listen. It's okay. Just let me and Adam do it for you. We got you.
If you guys can get down to Los Angeles,
I'm gonna be in Los Angeles
By
in June, and I will have a lot of free time because they decided not
Adam's
to
gonna-
show Zelda U at E3.
Adam's
yeah,
gonna have a
let's
lot of
figure
free
something
time.
out.
Listen,
Yeah,
listen,
let's do it.
no. Listen, Adam's gonna have a lot of free time. It's gonna be a good time. Just
Jake-
just put some peppers in his mouth.
Oh my god.
all right.
Literally.
Just comes up to me at the convention
back
and
to the
slowly
topic at
pushes it
hand.
into my mouth.
If you take away the hot peppers from Hot Pepper Gaming, what are you gonna give Adam to do on the show?
What?
Like, there's you can't do that. It's like, I mean, as much as we would like to see, like
So
Milk
wait,
Gunner
are the
Gaming.
hot peppers the Master Sword here?
are the hot peppers the master of hot
Yeah, the hot peppers are the master sword here. You need the peppers to, you get quality internet entertainment.
Well, I mean, in the same way that the new Zelda U has like kind of teased the whole bow being the big thing. Do you think that like something else could be like instead of like a hot pepper, could you have
The bowl
something
is-
like?
I mean,
I
continue.
don't-
Keep going. Keep going.
I can't even think. Like I'm trying to something is sour stuff, sour patch gaming.
Sour Patch.
I mean, we've talked about it.
You would. Oh,
What
but
goes
you
on
know,
in that
hot-
boardroom?
Hot is much better. Hot is.
Oh man, like
it's
we've had
hot.
some ridiculous
Whatever Lord
brainstorm.
Dagon wishes happens. That's just how it goes.
Oh yeah, is that?
Hot senpai gaming.
That's just me.
No, that's something I could get behind.
That is I'm not sure how that would work out, but I'm glad it is what it is. I'm glad we have the Master
Vernon.
Sword.
Why isn't your
Yeah.
show Hot Senpai Gaming? I'm actually
Oh,
kind of
God.
upset right now.
You should have an
Um,
anime review show called Hot Senpai or Hot Pepper Anime or Hot Pepper Weebin.
Yeah, so people have actually done that.
Really?
Yeah, we generally don't
Hot
like
Senpai
acknowledging.
Babaka.
We don't like acknowledging fan content all that much.
All right.
Because we don't like encouraging people to hurt themselves.
Yeah, because it's
Oh,
in a
okay.
controlled
I see.
environment.
It's legal
with,
stuff.
you know.
It's legal issues.
Yeah, and I mean, come on.
It's
like,
also
what
you
kind
love
of-
your
what-
fans.
Wait.
Yeah, what kind of creators would we be if like we actually actively wanted to hurt our fan base?
Do you think Game
Hold-
Grumps
hold on.
wants their fans to be grump? No. They are the
No,
ones who
they're-
must be the grump.
So wait, you're telling
but
me
yeah,
that
like,
people
it's-
actually like do that? Like they'll just do basically your show? Like they'll eat
Yeah, all the
peppers and
time.
talk about a game?
I mean, I'm not mad at it, and like,
I think Alfred did one.
more power
Yeah, did you
to
see
them.
Alfred's thing?
Yeah, no, the animated.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
he
Did you
he
see
did a
his actual
Pepper
hot
Gaming-
pepper that he had?
No, he told me that he didn't record video.
Yeah, he
Oh.
he forgot to hit record.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing like ever.
Yeah, it's always hard to watch our fans do that, and I don't like people
Aw.
hurting themselves. So don't do that.
I mean,
Do something cool. Fans who do cool things are my favorite kind. For example, did you see that video of the Game of Thrones opening, but done using a link to the past map? Like
I've heard extensively about this.
it's everything about it was recreated. Like all like there's like these like rings that like go around the logo and stuff in the thing. And it was like if you look on it, if you pause the video and look at it closely, you can see it's all like highly in scripture and stuff and like the Triforce and stuff. It's really cool and like it looks exactly like the show. And this is done for free by fans who just really like the series. So if you're gonna do anything that's fan made, do something like that, please. Don't hurt yourself.
especially if it's for free.
Don't
Yeah.
write
Yeah, man,
bad
I mean,
fan
what-
fiction.
What we always say for Hot Pepper Gaming, and like we tweet this out a lot, but it's like, so many people ask us if they can be on our show or they can eat a hot pepper with us, and our argument is like, nah, man, do cool stuff and like follow your dreams and do that cool thing that you wanted to do on YouTube so that we can build a mutual respect together, and then one day we can have you on the show and be honored to have you on the show.
Mm-hmm. Like how we were honored
So-
to have you on the show.
Oh,
That
guys,
is
I'm blushing. You
so-
can't see, but
Such
I'm blushing.
honoring.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can
The
feel
thing
it
is that
sizzling.
we
There's
don't
all
really.
this mushy gushiness around me, and I'm just like,
remember-
ew.
I remember like we were talking and you were like, I was like, do you want to be on the show? And you're like, sure, let's do it. And you were really hot, like pumped, and like I was so excited to
I
have
totally
you
thought you
on.
were about to say
And
you
then
were
it
really
took me
hot.
3 months to get on.
I think one of the
It took
first
us a
things
while,
I heard
yeah.
Vernon, I heard in this conversation, Vernon's like, let me get on some podcasts.
Yeah, it's weird because I'm normally a behind the camera kind of guy. How I came up was like I was always just
Mhm.
a writer or
Yeah.
I was just a creative on a
You-
project, and I was always kind of like afraid to open my mouth.
You used to
so-
do
Dude, you're great.
a web comic,
Oh.
or you started to
Yes.
write one with your friend. He did the art, you did the writing. Called Lost Cadets that you want to turn into like a short screenplay. of
Oh
some
man,
sort.
that was a bit that's kind of, not to derail the conversation too much, but like that I was working on a comic book idea.
Mhm.
And I had fully built it out as a pitch and everything. I was ready to like get out and pitch it because that's
Mhm.
whatever I do. But that was the time that Hot Pepper Gaming was picking up, so I kind of had to shelve that for a bit to focus primarily on Hot Pepper Gaming.
I mean that happens.
But like end of the day, like I'm always looking for that next dumb thing to create. I guess it's just in my
I mean,
nature. It's
you
just like,
work
I want to
as-
go from next
Hot
ridiculous
comic
project to next
Mhm.
ridiculous project. So,
Yeah.
I'm always gonna have dumb ideas, man,
Well,
and
you
I'm
always-
always gonna be trying to make them.
I
So
mean, you are Maker's channel development manager, right? That's your
you
title.
make the cool stuff that
Sorry?
makes everyone go,
I mean,
wow, that's great.
I do creative development for Maker Studios.
Okay.
So I just my job primarily is just like thinking up weird YouTube stuff for them.
But you also, I mean, you do a lot of, you try to do a lot of things, and I mean that your job kind of encompasses that, and I think it's kind of cool. It really shows, your ability to.
It's
be
a lot of
creative.
fun actually.
I mean, you're currently working. I don't know if this is I'm assuming it's a side project. Scare to Care 2015.
Yeah, I mean it's
stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say it's a side project. It's being done in conjunction with Polaris right now.
Okay.
It's a 48-hour live stream marathon of horror video games in support of a charity called Camp Kesem.
Mm-hmm.
And they organize yearly summer camps for the children of cancer patients.
Oh wow.
This is actually the
that's
5th
awesome.
year we'll be doing Scare to Care, so it actually predates Hot Pepper Gaming.
I
Awesome,
have
dude.
to say, man, that's incredibly noble. I love these kinds of charities.
Thank you so much.
Now let me
we're,
ask you
we're
something.
just yeah.
These kids do they get to play the scary games?
No. We usually bring on a lot of gaming personalities, a lot of YouTubers.
Oh,
like last
okay.
year, we had the Game Grumps on, we had Markiplier on, we had
I was gonna say that would be
Dodger
maniacal.
on. Yeah, no, and it's weird because like my two most successful things that I've done creatively are the two like painful, tortuous ones.
Aw.
Like you got Hot Pepper Gaming, which is eating hot peppers and then trying to review video games, and then Scare to Care, which is like people play scary video games.
And now
then
you're
the
suffering
more,
for this podcast. So.
Well, ouch. Well, the more for Scare to Care, it's,
Self-slam.
there's people playing scary video games, and then the more people donate, the more we scare the person who's playing. I'm just a bad person, I think.
Oh no, I think it's
So
I think you're best when you're most vulnerable, which is when you're in pain.
Yeah, no, it's this argument I make about like people are really looking for real human reactions on the internet.
Which is why you ate a
Um,
Carolina Reaper the other day.
Yeah. So like something
Oh.
like Hot Pepper Gaming came out of the idea like what's a format where someone kind of just like reveals exactly who they are, and like how do we sort of harness that? And there's not really acting that goes into eating a hot pepper. You kind of just you lose a lot of layers or
You see.
filters as soon as you eat a hot pepper, and it's kind of just like you and the camera, and it's a very real reaction. I think people hopefully resonate with that.
Like the people that curse just a storm. I forget who it was. Someone was just they spent like
Corny Pants. That was Corny Pants.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Robot Unicorn Attack. Yeah. A lot of people tell me that's their favorite episode, and I have to agree with them.
Mine is
Oh.
probably still Aaron's,
Oh yeah, which one?
He did a few. Which one?
and just all of them are pretty funny because
His
of how,
one for Ground
like,
Zeroes was pretty great.
yeah, that was pretty good. It's just because he gets so like he's clearly in pain. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's 100% suffering, 0% joy.
Yeah,
Did
no,
John-
and he's not
Hey.
not hamming that up. That's just exactly
No,
who he
I
is.
can tell.
Quick question, because I can't remember. Did John do one when he used to live in LA, or was it just Aaron and Barry?
Oh no, he's never done one.
Oh, he hadn't done one. Okay, I don't
Not
know
to
why
say
I
that
thought
I wouldn't be opposed to him doing it. I just
Oh, yeah.
I always
Calling
I
you out,
always-
John.
I don't know why I always feel bad about asking people to eat a hot pepper. I don't. It's
Say
I-
do
I
it for the
feel-
kids.
I feel bad
Even if
cold
there's
calling
no like
people.
relevance, say like do it for the kids. Just do it for the kids. Come on, do it for the kids.
what kids?
yeah, and like what kids? Just no. Just do it for the kids. Put the pepper in
Oh,
your mouth.
man.
You know, I
Uh,
gotta say,
Slowly come up to them.
Vernon.
this last one you did with featuring the guys from Kind of Funny with
yeah.
I think it was Tim Geddes. That
Mhm.
one had to be. That one was. It's up there. So I think my top three would be Tim Geddes. He reviewed Pokemon Red and Blue. The one you did with Esquire Bob Porter, our good friend.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
was
the
great.
live one
That-
at MagFest. Yeah.
Oh my god, that I think just because like the live audience was there, I think that one just totally like hit the top for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you did another one with I think it was the first Carolina Reaper one you did with it was he was reviewing
Tang,
Warlords
yeah.
of Game, yeah. Warlords of
Yeah,
Draenor.
yeah. KG's an insane person, and
Dude, oh my god, I
he
felt
loves
so
the spicy
bad.
food for sure. He sweated from everything, man.
And then didn't
Oh
he
my
touch
God.
his face?
No. He,
I watched
thankfully
someone
did not.
touch their face.
That was Rodrigo. Elsa
That was-
1984.
Yeah, that was Rodrigo. That oh my god, that one put Rodrigo up there too because that was
Yeah,
terrible.
if you're listening to this and you're wondering about eating a hot pepper, just take it from me and take this one small piece of advice. Never touch your eyes. Just don't.
My
Just don't touch your
oh,
eyes. Don't
ooh,
even like
ew.
touch things
No,
near
no.
your eyes or
It's-
touch things above your eyes. It's just bad all around.
my dad actually grows his own like jalapenos, and he'll get customers at his business, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm good with like hot foods and stuff, right?" Like tough guys, and he'll be like, "Yeah, let's go eat a pepper," and so I'll bring them out. And just it's always funny to watch this because he's just like eating it very calmly, and the other person just like slowly realizing the terrible decision they've made. I think my dad's slowly breeding a very terrible pepper.
Yeah.
I would always, my parents, like my mom or my brother, would always be like in pain, and they're like, like I'm trying to get it down. I'm like, just drink milk, and they're like, no, it's gross. I'm like, you're not drinking it for the taste. You're drinking it to fix the pain.
Yeah, and milk is great. Stop it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh,
Yeah,
milk
milk
is the
is
best.
delicious. What kind of milk do you guys serve?
I actually kind of want to get some milk right now.
On what kind of milk do we serve on set?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We always go full fat vitamin D.
Oh, you guys are great.
Yeah,
I know
because it's the fat that breaks down the capsaicin. So we just have
really?
the fattiest milk we can.
I know it's not the healthiest one because I know a lot of people get skim, a lot of people get all these other ones, but like
I
it is
do
definitely
2%.
the tastiest as well.
Welcome to the Zelda Informer podcast, where we talk about our milk preferences.
Yeah, why isn't this up front? Like, why didn't we front load this conversation?
I've been drinking milk for the past 20 years of my life.
Enough about milk. Let's talk about Smash.
So back to what I was gonna say really quick,
Wow.
because okay, just super fast. What I was gonna say about Pokemon, because this is gonna be super fast, is that even though like from the beginning where there was always 150, like they were always like in the world, like oh my god, it's such a big world. or whatever.
151.
Wait,
Yeah,
when did we start? When did
151.
we start talking about Pokemon?
Basically,
New
you
counts.
guys cut me off. Basically, what I was gonna say is that just because like it hasn't been explored yet, doesn't mean it doesn't exist yet within the lore of the world. Like for instance, Lorule first appeared in 2013 with A Link Between Worlds, but it doesn't mean that in that world, in the whole Zelda world, it wasn't there from the very beginning. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Stop
Okay.
lying to me.
Okay. Well, anyways, let's talk about what you're gonna say. Okay, you were
But I
saying
do
about
like
Smash.
that. Actually, that brings up me to another idea. Like, what do you like? There's low roll, there's high roll. Do you think there's a third plane? I don't know why, but I always like the idea of three. I mean, there's three.
Kind of to the left.
You could kind of argue that the Twilight World is the third place.
What was that, Vernon?
That's a good one. Yeah.
I made a very dumb location-based joke, which you could totally.
I know.
cut out if you want
That's
to.
why I wanted.
Mid-roll.
I wanted you to say it loud for the audience to hear you.
I'll probably hear it later.
A little
Say
to
it.
the left rule.
That was the worst joke.
This was Vernon, ladies and gentlemen.
This joke brought to you
Thank
by
you
Hot Pepper Gaming.
so much for having me on the channel.
I put in the applause effect. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Thanks, Post Adam.
No problem.
So Adam, you're talking about Smash Bros.
Yeah,
and
so
please do because I have
Smash
so much I want
Quest
to
is
say.
2015 is what I like to call it because numerous studios,
Smash
creators,
Quest.
online personalities, Polaris, everyone has just like been pushing and arguing for different characters. Like vote for this character, vote for that character. Leading the charge is none other than Yacht Club Games' Shovel Knight. They are pushing them. They themselves are pushing for the character to be in the game. In a recent survey done on Reddit, their Smash Bros. Page, Shovel Knight is leading with 14%, followed closely by K. Rool at 10%, and following him is Snake, Wolf, Isaac, and the Ice Climbers.
Pretty solid. Like I
can
can live with those choices.
Can we already just? I don't understand why people are voting for Ice Climbers if the Ice Climbers can't even make it into the game.
Yeah,
They
I
already
think
said
Yeah,
this in the
yeah.
beginning.
It's kind of a futile attempt.
the characters that are futile attempts are all the veterans that were cut and any assist trophies, and I still see people vote for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to say all the veterans that were cut.
Most.
I'm just gonna say like
the ones that they said
Eh.
no to, like that they said
Don't
flat
say,
out no.
we're not gonna see Pichu and Young Link. But I do.
We're
think,
not gonna see Pichu. Oh man.
Solid's. I really worry about Solid Snake because I would love for him to be back, but I don't think Konami's
he could
gonna go for it
definitely
again.
be back.
Dude, there's so much nonsense going over at Konami right now over Metal Gear. I don't think he's gonna make it. I
Well,
hope so.
Hopefully, hopes up. But I mean, like, yeah, we were talking about this last podcast, right, Adam?
Mhm.
And we were saying like a lot of the guys, like people that are the assist trophies, like a lot of people wanted Waluigi in there.
But he's an assist trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like Skull Kid would be a great character, but he's an assist trophy. And Midna's
Or-
also
and-
an assist trophy.
People were saying like, "Oh, put Ridley in." I'm like, they already said before why they can't put Ridley
They
in.
already said no. If they said
Yeah.
no, don't waste your time. It's not going to happen. Nintendo is one of the most stubborn people. I actually saw an image recently. I think I showed it to Jake. It was something, I think Dorkly did a list of it, and it was just like some reactions on the internet. And one of them is just a joke thing, like Sakurai's like, I've heard your concerns, and the new character that will be added due to the Smash Belt is Classic Dark Pit. Stop asking me for things. It's not
yeah,
gonna happen.
Now I am weeping. Now I am.
I'm all
So-
for though. If they want to bring back Roy, that'd be great.
I gotta say though about this whole Smash thing, I remember I was like talking to Adam on Facebook, like we were messaging like as that direct was going off over like everything. It was a lot of fun, and then I saw that and like I was having like a great moment where I was like, oh my god, Nintendo is listening and it's gonna be the best. And then and I was actually really happy about this. I was like telling my girlfriend, like, Lyra, go vote for a character you want. And she voted for Cooking Mama because she's lame.
At least she made a smart decision.
Okay. See, Chris, hang on. I'm about to get to you.
Oh, all right.
So I was like a happy time. I was like, man, this is good. This is great. They're listening. We're gonna. And then I chimed in and I saw how the Smash Brothers community was handling it,
Mm.
and I was like, oh, I guess this
is it
isn't going
just
to be
a
fun.
bloodbath at the forums
Oh
now?
yes,
Like,
yes it is.
God, let me just say something.
Bloodbath is a very nice
You better
term to
be-
describe
you better
how.
walk
I'm gonna
in there
make-
with your arms drawn, or else.
God.
If
I-
anything
I
would
ch-
divide the gaming internet, this is it. This is the thing.
I I was like, hey, Smash community, what's up? And it's just screaming. It's just like, so I want to make a public service announcement.
And
please,
the
on this
Zelda
podcast.
Informer fan base has been
Listen.
screaming Midna at the top of the lungs, and we hear you, but it's not gonna happen. And
Please,
last episode I said Midna, and I was bummed.
I gotta, let me just say something to the community.
Oh wait,
whoever's
did we ask
listening.
Jake?
We did not.
My votes, I'll get to that in a second. If you are listening, and you have a friend who made a vote, don't be that guy. Don't be like, oh, I can't believe you voted for this character.
Oh,
Not,
yeah.
Don't just don't be that guy. Don't, because you have this great gift in front of you, the gift to actually voice your opinion. Don't try to take someone else's away, because every vote's gonna get
All right,
listened to. So
Jake,
don't
come on,
be
come
that
on.
guy.
Come on, you know the people that want to put
Like-
in like Goku
Okay.
and like obscure
And-
anime character
and that's-
9000.
like
They're gonna
Naruto.
do that. You know, listen, they're gonna do that, but Nintendo's
Vernon,
not gonna take
with
that
your
seriously.
weeaboo
I can't believe
stuff.
it took me 50 minutes to bring in a Naruto joke.
Like,
Yeah, I was
I'm
like,
glad it's here.
Adam
Oh.
and I have this mutual acquaintance who, like, every time a thread comes up, everyone's having a good time. Like, oh, someone wants this character. That's cool. I want this character. He comes in
I
with
think
his dumb opinions.
I
and
think
he's like,
I've ran into this person once or twice.
yeah, we're not gonna
Yeah,
we're not
we're not
gonna
gonna
put his name
Yeah.
out. And then he's just like, oh, I can't believe all you ingrateful people are not voting for Travis Touchdown because Suda51 actually pushed his game up so Brawl can have that delay. Like, who cares? I
Remember how
shouted
many
that
people
way too
played No
loud.
More Heroes?
I'm in an apartment and I shouted that way too loud. I'm sorry,
As-
world.
As many people play that game as there are heroes, which is none, because there are no more
Thank you.
That's
welcome.
mean.
heroes.
Actually,
Like-
Vernon,
you brought-
who would you want in Smash Bros? Who did you?
Yeah. Who are
Oh,
you?
Let's
man.
put you on the spot.
Oh god.
So I can judge you for each one of
Let-
them.
All right, remember we're
Yeah.
talking Smash
Well-
Bros, not J-Star Victory versus.
We'll bring in that guy to just like judge you. So
I would just like to say that Lovecraft lore is now in the public domain, and there is no reason why we can't have Dagon in Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
There.
Cthulhu for Smash.
Failing that, Naruto.
Oh yeah. Actually, you know this is anime related. Vernon, you know how many hours it would take for you to get caught up with One Piece if you were to start
How
from
many?
day one? It would take you 252.3 hours. That accumulates to 10 plus days. of
That's
straight
10 plus
watching
days
One
that
Piece.
I could be playing Zelda. Why would I do that?
I have a former roommate who actually did that.
Oh
Watched
my
the
God.
entirety.
Is that why you stop being
Oh,
roommates?
They have 688 episodes right now.
No. I greatly respect the man is the thing. He committed to starting One Piece from the very beginning and watching the entirety of it. So here's to you, Matt. I miss you, dude.
here's to you, Matt.
He still lives in Los Angeles. I hung out with him last week.
Porter's trying to do it right now with his girlfriend.
I cannot get into it. I cannot.
I mean, it's dedication.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So my votes. I voted for. Actually, you know what? I
Can
wasn't
I
here
guess?
last week.
Can
Did
I
you-
guess what they are? Because I can.
Sure, but really quick, Chris and Adam, just bullet point yours because I wasn't here last week. to hear yours.
Oh shit. Mine were. let me
Adam,
check.
go ahead.
Hold on. Let me go find it. I actually have it right here.
All right, well then, Chris.
Okay, for me, all right, I was like Shovel Knight. All right, if you want to hear my like the ones I really want, I'm gonna say Professor Layton. I'm gonna say the Hunter from Monster Hunter because that would have a wonderful options.
Okay.
And then this probably not gonna happen, but I would also love a character from Dragon Quest in there.
Okay.
But you know, as far as like likely decisions, you know, Shovel Knight, Inkling from Splatoon, you know,
I think that one's probably gonna make it.
I don't think
you know-
it's great. I don't think it's a good idea.
I would
I
also
don't.
like
I don't.
Bayonetta.
I don't have a lot of love for the character, but I do think it's.
I mean, the game hasn't even come out, has it?
No,
No, it has
it's
not.
not.
It has
Exactly.
not.
So it's like we're voting for a character we don't even know if it will be, you know, as memorable as all the others.
Yeah, it's like voting for Nintendo Land.
Ugh.
I actually was disappointed that wasn't a stage. And
I am too, because I love Nintendo Land. If you haven't played Nintendo
Oh,
Land,
God.
go play it. That's one of the best Zelda minigames of any game I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been enjoying it.
But my
So-
my three are definitely
Yeah.
Shovel Knight number 1, Simon Belmont number 2, and then my unusual choice would have to be Vice from Skies of Arcadia. who's actually recently
That's
featured.
the game I haven't heard about in a long time. Wow.
Do you know Skies of Arcadia? No.
I watched my older brother play it.
Yeah.
My older brother is a year older than me, so it wasn't like I was,
My older brother was 9 years
Vernon,
older than
you
me.
guys
He's the one who
look like
introduced me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've seen pictures of us, right?
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah. He's like a mustachioed me. I love him.
Oh yeah, that guy. I've seen that.
Yeah, dude. He's the guy who I co-founded Scared to Care with, actually.
Aw.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
that's
cool.
awesome.
it's something that we do to like stay close as brothers because he lives in San Diego and I live in Los Angeles. So, we talk about it all the time and like how we're gonna make the next year better. Like, we formed a board this year. That was like the big thing.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
saw
that's
the.
awesome.
I saw the
I
things on
seriously
Twitter.
thought you had an evil twin.
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah, no. If anything, I'm the evil one. That guy is smart.
You make the people eat the peppers.
that guy's
right.
yeah, that guy's going. He just got. I sorry to hijack this to talk about how cool my brother is, but he's
No. Go ahead.
he got accepted into the UCSD like school of research. He's going
Oh, wow.
for his PhD in like molecular biology. He's a
Holy
lot
crap.
smarter than me,
That sounds.
and I'm not mad about
But
that.
does
I'm
he
just super
eat
proud of
peppers
him.
for a living? Thank you.
No, and that's kind of like a good thing though, right?
Yeah.
He's formed an immunity because his brother tried to poison him with peppers all those years ago.
He's allergic
Vernon,
to peanut butter. I
Vernon,
never let
let's
him live that down.
let's rank you up here. PhD.
Yep.
Can quote Naruto and eats hot peppers. I think we have a winner.
Wait,
Adam, that
dude,
reminds me
Vernon.
of like you and your brother.
Yeah, my older
'Cause-
brother. I have a similar situation where I'm the weeaboo, and my older brother went to MIT, and is now
Yeah.
a coder in San Francisco because he got bored of engineering and decided to get really good at coding in like a year.
Guys, listen, Vernon, I need you to quote Naruto for me right now. Like, I need you to quote. I need this right now.
You should believe it. You can make with the believing. I'm Rock Lee, and I'm going to fight you with my.
These
with
are
my
things that were said on
ninjutsu.
Naruto.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
Rock Lee can't do ninjutsu.
Yeah, you're right, huh?
He cannot.
Genius. How did I
Anyway.
know that? I haven't watched Naruto in years, and I know
Like
that.
my dirty secret is that I don't know. I don't know. Well, I knew about the Rock Lee thing, but I haven't watched nearly enough Naruto to justify how many jokes I've made about
I've seen
it.
like one episode of Shippuden. That's it.
Tim, my brother Tim, he's actually the one who watched the entirety of Naruto.
Shippuden.
Did I say it wrong? You see, that's how much I know about it.
The shoe you pooed in. Anyway.
Yeah.
It just sounds like. I guess I don't have to. No, I won't say it. It
Dude.
sounds like S-word poop den. So okay. Anyway, what were we saying?
There's actually an animation on YouTube with that exact title. It was done by Doodle TV.
I've seen
it's
that.
Pretty hilarious.
Oh my God. Yeah, that one's pretty.
I got
good.
to meet that guy at MagFest. That was a magical
nice.
moment.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
I didn't know you went to
Actually, we were
MacFest
talking
this year.
Yeah, Hot Pepper Gaming got invited there to do panels.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
where
Yeah,
they did
yeah.
the Sonic Boom. You did the 80 days with my best friend Porter.
Your
and
best
you
friend.
did- our best friend. We're all friends.
Our best friend
Thank
Porter.
you. Yeah.
And then
Porter
you
is
had the other guy
shared.
who
That
I
is
don't
what the
remember.
contract says.
The Sonic Boom review was actually pretty great because the ending was the best part.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
No,
go watch it.
that was definitely a weird experience because that was the first conference we were ever invited to. I didn't really know what a fan turnout for Hot Pepper Gaming would be like, so we actually went to the wrong room when we got
Oh
there.
no.
And there was like 3 kids sitting down playing 3DS, and I was like, "Oh right, we deserve this. We deserve this the entire time."
That sounds.
I love imagining you actually like going through with it, like not even ever figuring it out and just doing the whole thing there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just like,
No,
for this
we actually filled out a room. It was the strangest thing. It was the most surreal experience I've ever.
I love that you
been
saw
through.
that and you were like, well, I guess this makes sense, guys.
Yeah, no, it's like I did do a bad thing and I do deserve to be humiliated.
I am a bad man. Go to bed that night just like staring at the ceiling, can't sleep.
No, because like I took a nap before the panel, and I woke up in like a cold sweat. Like nobody's gonna come to this.
Oh no, that's terrible. That's awful.
But yeah, people did come to it, and we had a really fun time.
People
and,
came to it.
this guy-
Like there was like an army of people.
Yeah, there was a
Jesus.
lot.
It was weird, and I don't know if it's ever gonna happen again in my life, but it was the strangest thing ever to like have people quote something that I said.
That's,
You know,
yeah,
like-
it seems very surreal.
Yeah, I just don't even know how to handle
You're a
it, but
quotable man.
it was a very humbling experience. It was like cool to meet so many, like, because Hot Pepper Gaming has some pretty cool fans. Like everyone just sort of got it and like got how much of a ridiculous show we are, and we all just kind of hung out. We did a fan meetup at a place called the Pepper Palace, and we all sampled spicy food together. It was nice.
It's cute.
Nice.
I love your guys' Twitter because it's just jokes. It's just pepper
Thank
puns
you.
and stuff. It's just fun. In the same way.
Yeah, I tried to submit a complaint and it didn't work out.
Oh yeah, I responded to that, didn't I?
What did you?
No, yeah, I post most of the stuff on the Twitter, but we all have a shared login for it. But the goal for the Twitter is just to make as many pepper puns as possible.
Yeah, that's actually how we started talking because I made a pepper pun, and
there we
on
go.
Stream. Yeah, that's how it happens.
And so here we are.
Here we are right now talking about silly things and Zelda. Speaking of Zelda, did you guys see that new video by the NES Punk?
Yes.
Okay, so
No.
for those of you who didn't, he basically goes and sees exactly how rare the gray cartridge NES copy of the original Legend of Zelda is, and how rare the gold version is. And over the course of the video, he discovers that, yeah, it's a lot easier to find the gold version, which makes sense with collector's editions, because a lot of the time those are the ones that get taken care of the best. But it's still worth more, which is pretty surprising. And I just don't understand that. I don't understand
You
how
said
that
like
works.
the gray one's worth more than the gold?
No. The gold one is worth more, but it's still
course.
less rare. It's more common.
That's-
I mean,
That makes no sense. Isn't the
maybe it's because I'm not saying the gray ones got more destroyed, but like probably.
Well, no. The thing like with rarity, Chris, how it usually works is a mint condition copy of something that is in lower quantity is usually considered rare.
Right, I'm saying like the people who have like the other ones, the gray ones, have like now been like mistreated throughout the entire
Yeah,
years.
which means that there are fewer
like-
that are actually well treated, which means that the gold ones on the other hand probably have been purchased by people that became big fans of the series or repurchased.
Right, it's like I'm
people-
saying like the tables have probably turned.
Yeah, but at the same time, the gold one is still worth more, even though there's
Yeah.
more of it. It's easier to find in better condition. Which is weird.
I don't know. It's just collectors. They're weird people, man. Imagine these amiibos later in the future. All the other amiibos are going to be destroyed except for like the Marth ones. They're going to be in like preserved boxes and like
Why the
glass
Marth
containers.
ones?
I was just choosing ones that were like like sold out everywhere on release. Even though they're coming out with more Marth, so give me another amiibo. Ness.
More
All right,
money,
when
more
Ness comes
moths.
out. I don't know, man. Just you can roll with me on this one.
I am.
I guess. But like, as soon as like the amiibos start to die out, and like 20 years from now, people will be like, "Oh, you guys remember amiibos from Wii U?" No, I
In the
don't.
Great Amiibo War of 2035.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, oh, the Golden Mario amiibo. That's a perfect example because it's gold.
When amiibos became bartering
Daddy?
tools in the new apocalypse.
Daddy, why is there blood on my Yoshi Woolly World amiibo? Well, son, I had to beat a man to death with it. Because he tried to take my NES. And no one takes my daddy's NES.
Exactly.
Daddy, tell me what it was like before the amiibos.
Well, son, we used to have games made by this company called Nintendo, the people that started this problem.
We don't speak that word anymore.
People had
The boy
fewer
needs to
headaches.
know.
This has turned to some sort of fan fiction. I do
Takes you
not
to
want to be
Secret
part
Cave.
of.
It's like Skyloft. It looks exactly like Skyloft, and it's a whole like you go underneath and there's the whole like chamber, but instead of this Master Sword being there, it's just the amiibo all like on a pedestal. It's
Hey
like,
Jake, are you
look,
still
my
on
son.
Planet Real World with me?
This keeps us afloat.
I am. I'm on the planet Real World where I cry nightly about how I don't have any of the Way 4 pre-orders.
Well,
Oh.
if you want things that are cool but and are easy to get, the Symphony of the Goddesses recently released a bunch of merchandise online.
Are they amiibos?
No, but there are 3 Zelda-themed T-shirts and 3 Zelda-themed posters.
But are they amiibos?
No.
Then you've lost my business.
I'm taking my rupees elsewhere. Thank you very much.
I'm taking the silver rupee to GameStop.org.
By the way, hey Adam, you were gonna go to the one in Orlando, right? The Symphony of the Goddess.
I was thinking about it.
Have those tickets gone up for sale yet?
I would assume so.
Oh god, I gotta buy one.
I don't know.
Okay.
Ah.
Yo, let's sneak into the Orlando Symphony.
I'm actually checking out their schedule right now, and it's really crazy.
What do you mean?
Like,
I mean, they
I
added
looked up-
17 new dates recently.
Right, but like when they're gonna be in Miami, it's like months away from when they're gonna be in Orlando. Like, why
Oh
would they
yeah,
have-
because they kind of just like it really depends on the theater that they're booking. like where they want to
That
get
is
the
a
location.
lot of
And-
flying.
oh yeah, I can imagine.
Oh,
It's,
yeah,
it's
they-
probably really
That is
being in a
crazy.
symphony is
Very draining.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like whenever I go to a concert or something like that, there's always like the Orlando date, and then there's a South Florida date, and then
Because
it's like,
usually
okay, they're right next to each other.
with usually with tours like for concerts and stuff for like bands,
yeah,
it's usually a drive tour. Like they usually drive from one around a state
these
and then
people
maybe
do not know how
fly.
to plan their itinerary.
Well, no, it's the fact that they need like specific like halls, and those are usually in lower demand. Lower supply, like opera halls.
Right.
But not only that, it's the fact that booking these places is always a hassle, and it's always you have like dates like taken years in advance and some months in advance. You have a lot of tricky things going in, and so scheduling these sort of things is kind of a hassle.
I was about to laugh at the thought of like the Symphony of the Goddesses, them like booking like in 2001. Like, yeah, we need a book for this date in 2015. Up, taken. Sorry. It's, no.
That's how it went down, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure it did.
So,
And then
you guys,
there was an opening later.
you guys want to hear about some wackiness and the misadventures that is the Amiibo Reddit?
Sure, go
I
for
thought it
it.
was gonna be like Jake's life.
And now
Like-
Amiibo.
Okay, so like yesterday, today being Thursday, there was this guy who worked at Amazon, and his name was Esteban, and yeah, his name matters. His name was
Esteban.
Esteban. Yeah, and he was like, "Hey guys, I got you. Listen, guys, listen. I know y'all are waiting and everything, but listen, I got you, man. They're gonna go up. They're gonna go up." Basically, this guy just came in and said, "Yeah, I work at Amazon," and people believed him. And it was like they're gonna go up at 3 p.m. and then they didn't. And then the entire like Amiibo Reddit like lost their collective poop.
Oh my god.
And it was funny because like Amazon's like official like video game, like the official Amazon video game Twitter like made a tweet, and they were like, "Everyone meet Esteban," and it was a picture of a rooster.
Oh my god.
And apparently what people are presuming is that Esteban was a disgruntled Amazon employee. He trolled the internet.
That's great. Did you?
I'll never get my Jagglyporf.
I mean, at least if you
Jaggly Porf.
I'm just waiting for Mantan to go up.
Mantan.
Mewtwo.
Oh.
I can't, like, I called him Mantan once, and I can't call him anything else.
It's so
Yeah, I've
weird.
heard the term Jaggly Porf before. It's very funny.
Vernon, have you bought any of the amiibo?
No, I haven't.
Why did
Vernon,
you
do you
add me on
own a
Skype
Wii
then?
U?
I don't. My
Why are you still here?
He spends all his money on peppers.
I feel so
Oh, geez,
betrayed by
guys.
you.
Well,
Well,
guys,
you added me on Skype. I thought we had something special, but like,
guys, I have something to confess to you all.
alright, confess.
I'm a fake gamer girl.
I knew it.
Get out!
You caught me. You caught me.
That night we
I was
cuddled
just-
and we played Hyrule Warriors together, and you were like, "Who's
Oh,
that
yeah,
in the
yeah,
green?"
I was talking
I
about
thought you were
it.
being
Oh,
I thought you were being silly.
Do you even know what character that is that you're cosplaying, Vernon? Get out.
Do you understand
it's
why your
just-
cleavage does not fit that character, Vernon?
God, you're just
Yeah,
making it so
that's-
obvious. You just want us to look at your
You
body.
found me. I'm just doing it for attention.
Is that why you
He's doing it
cycle,
for the
Vernon?
lulz.
So you
He's
can
doing it for the
cosplay
lulz,
as a Yawapeta character without actually watching it.
Yeah. Well, shut the hell up. I love.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. That's like, look, man. For those of you who don't know me, I'm really into bicycles.
Oh yeah,
Like,
like
my-
he loves his bike.
That Queen song really changes life,
I
guys.
started Tumblr and I realized I wasn't really getting the Tumblr experience because I was just posting pictures of bicycles that I liked.
Good.
But no,
Tumblr
I
experience is
unfortunately don't own a Wii U. So sorry about
Thanks
that.
for tuning in.
No, we're not doing that.
Hey, I thought I was just adding some color commentary onto
Well,
this
actually-
thing. I know my Legend of Zelda. I know that his name is
Actually-
actually Link and not Zelda.
Okay, so you don't have a Wii U. Whatever. You have a 3DS though.
yeah.
We should have a scale for
I-
fake gamer girl. Like that should be a
Prove it.
scale. And it has nothing to do with gender. It just has to do with how little you know about gaming versus like how much you actually like talk about gaming. Like for me,
I don't know if that is a safe or healthy thing to do right
That's gonna be
now
very
with the gaming
controversial.
community where it is at this point. Let's just be all inclusive and say that you don't need to be anything
Let's just not-
to be a
just
gamer
don't be a
other than
Chris.
saying that you like video games.
Just don't be Chris.
So,
Wait,
in fact,
what?
you could say that you hate video games and you'd still be a gamer because you play video games. Just let's all hug it out, okay? We are all gamers, and I appreciate each and every one of you despite your taste in games. Oh, I'm so sorry. I swore. I'm
Vernon,
sorry.
I don't like your attitude.
I'm more of a gamer than
Actually,
you are.
I do have a question for you though.
Yeah.
On average, I know you don't spend money on video games, but what you do spend your money on is hot peppers. How much money goes into like buying a month's supply of hot peppers?
Finance
It's
is the
actually
comfortable thing.
extremely cheap. It is. Yeah, I don't spend a lot of money on hot peppers or anything. It's
but don't
like
you
you
have
can
to
go to a
import a good
grocery
bit of
store and
them?
you can get a pound of habaneros for maybe
But-
like $6.
But medical
What-
expenses
where
are
do you get a
very,
Carolina
very
Reaper?
high. So
Yeah, where do you get your more like your ghost peppers and stuff?
Where do you get
That's a funny story.
Peruvian
I got
puff
a
pepper?
dealer. I
Is
got
he-
a pepper dealer. Friend of a
You,
friend. who grows
you've got a
peppers.
guy.
Oh, don't worry. You're in California,
Those
so it's
those
medical.
laissez-faire laws and
No, man, it was
medical
strange
peppers.
because like I didn't know the
Your
guy, but my
medical
friend hooked me up with
peppers.
him, and I picked the guy up from another house to drive him back to his place where he has all the peppers.
oh
Like
my god.
he walks up to my car, he crushes a can of PBR,
Oh my.
sets it down on the curb, and he's like, "All right, dude, let's
So
do
he
this."
just declares,
So-
"I am a hipster." As soon as
this,
he walks
this did
in.
take place in Silver Lake. This
Are
did
you
take-
serious?
Oh my god.
Yeah. So like I drive him to this place, and he lives in this like abandoned warehouse where bands play.
Wait, no. Say it like a
Um,
hipster.
What? But I am a hipster, man.
You gotta say it with a
I-
question mark at the end.
You
of
gotta
every
say like,
sentence.
so he lives in this like abandoned warehouse where like all
Okay.
these bands play.
I
It's
feel like I'm misrepresenting
And you
myself
gotta
right
be
now.
you gotta
like-
be a disinterested douchebag when you say it. And
No, but he took me to his place. It took me onto the rooftop where he was growing a bunch of exotic peppers.
Mhm.
And picked me a bunch of them and gave them to me for free. But like we get back down to his kitchen and he takes out a knife and he takes a slice out of one of them. He's like, "Now you got to try the product."
Oh my
And
god.
That was the story of the most illegal sounding legal thing I've ever done.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
My God.
So
That-
I ate a like 7-pot Douglas next to
Would
him.
you consider
He didn't have
yourself
any milk.
a pepper connoisseur at this point? Would you consider yourself?
I mean, at this point, I must have done a master's degree worth of research into spicy things. So yeah,
Really?
I think so.
That's pretty great.
I haven't gotten to that point with coffee, but I'm known by my friends, like Jake, like I'm known as the coffee guy. Like
Go ahead, Vernon.
Oh.
Ask me.
yeah, the other day I posted a like something on Facebook calling like French roast coffee the scum of the earth.
Oh, it was French press or something like
French
that?
roast. No, French press is
Oh, yeah.
another thing entirely. But French roast is essentially where they take the beans, they burn them all the way.
It's bad.
And
It's
they-
like actually bad.
It's
like,
bitter.
I had
It's like it is intentionally bitter.
Adam, I went on a coffee date with you one time and I got that because it sounded really good. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a French roast. Like, just gonna...
No,
I'm so
it is-
cool when I talk
it's
about my
like,
coffee.
I don't want to
It's
know where
bad.
this coffee comes from, so I'm gonna burn all the character out of it. But anyway, that
That's
was my
just
little,
insane.
it's my little coffee. rant.
Actually,
But we digress.
I had a question. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to remember.
The answer is peppers.
You can keep going. Go on without me.
No.
No, we're
complete
gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
complete
We're
silence
gonna wait.
until you figure out what your question was.
Post Adam, don't cut any of the silence out.
Oh God. Don't do this to me. You're really putting me on the spot here. This is about Vernon's pepper experience. Jesus.
Now it's
Okay,
about you.
actually, through your experiences with the peppers and such, have you found any like good recipes for like a dish to put all these fantastic hot things?
You
in?
know, I haven't, but I will say right now that I have upped my salsa game significantly after hot pepper gaming. I do enjoy some spicy food now. I crave it because I associate the pepper eating with like an endorphin and adrenaline rush.
Mhm.
I
So
feel you on that. I went to
yeah.
so when I was in LA like a few weeks ago, I knew I had to go get some type of Mexican food when I was there because I heard it's pretty
Naturally.
good.
So which
Pretty
Del
good.
Taco did you go to?
Actually, I did not go to Del Taco. I should have though. I just went
We
to some
have a
like
Del
hole
Taco
in the wall
around here.
place.
Are those places?
Yeah, we do have a Del Taco near us. Like, it's kind of overrated a little bit.
I don't
Oh,
understand.
No,
stop that! You
I went
stop
to some
that
like
right
mom
now.
and pop place, and I ordered a
I don't
chimichanga,
know.
and I asked for the house sauce, and it was
Kind of-
pretty great.
What kind of mom and pop place sounds like Del Taco?
It wasn't Del Taco.
Do you
It
see
was-
the where it's like Karen and Jimmy's
Listen,
Del
I had
Taco
the
in there?
best
and all?
chimichanga of my life. Like as soon as I like took a bite of that puppy, I was like, Vernon would be so proud of me.
For me, whenever I think of hot mom and pop shops. For some reason, I said hot, but yeah,
when
think
you
of
think of
hot
hot
mom
mom
and pop shops. With their scantily clad aprons.
Ooh, go on.
Anyway,
I'm
um,
enticed.
I always think of like the name either having the people's names in it, like the couple's name in it, or it having a name that's like on the ball kind of, but also kind of questionable.
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean about those names, like Skeet and Peters Fishing Store or something like that.
Yeah.
Skeet and Peters.
Skeet and Peters. So what do you guys think about Lucas coming back?
My brother's really excited for him.
There's no good
that was
rhyme.
his-
That's my problem. The only thing you can think of that rhymes with Lucas is mucus, and that's not nice. That's just gross.
Lucas will
like-
wipe the mucus. He's wiping it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he's being helpful.
Do you guys think that there's a chance that, like, now that he's coming back to Smash, maybe they'll finally port Mother 3, or they'll even, like, consider
Probably
it?
not. But we never.
Oh,
Vernon, did
didn't
you
they
ever
put
tell
the
us
one
who
on
you want in
Virtual
Smash?
Console?
Yeah, it was Dagon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was me. I didn't say who.
Oh, yeah, Jake. Who do you want in?
Okay, I made a few votes, and I did it from different computers because I kind of felt like maybe they would block my IP if I sent too many. I only voted one time for
I
each
think
of
a
these
bunch of
characters.
people have voted from the same computer. I've only voted once.
I
voted a few times on my computer.
I voted for Wolf. I voted for Solid Snake. I voted for Paper Mario. And here's the thing. I
Oh.
know... Listen,
There's
I know
already two.
there's too many Marios. I wish Dr. Mario wasn't in the game because I think Paper Mario would be a way better, like, second Mario. Because
Why
totally
do we need
would
more
be
than
a
one
clone.
Mario?
Why do we... Because Paper Mario isn't Mario. Like, he actually
Alright,
is, like,
do
a
what they
different
did
character.
with Alf and give him, like, a separate set of, like, looks and stuff.
That's what Dr.
You got
Mario should
Mario,
have been.
you got Dr. Mario, you got
Green
Green
Mario.
That's what
you got
okay.
Mario in law school.
Listen,
oh,
You got Yellow Mario.
Dr. Mario should have been an alternate. Because
You have Mario the
that's-
chef. You have Mario the fireman.
Okay, so we're gonna keep moving.
Yes.
All right.
You got racist
You
Mario.
have,
Who else did I vote for? I voted for someone else.
you have social justice warrior Mario.
you have disoriented Mario. He doesn't know like which way is up. It's very. He's suffering massive vertigo.
Oh, well, let me ask you guys something. I see one of the most popular choices is King K. Rool.
Oh,
what are
No.
what are your
not
thoughts?
with that one.
No,
I mean,
you've
I'm
been.
against
I
cheated.
gotta say, as far as Smash characters go, I think he can be a diverse, like a different fighter altogether. But as far as like,
there's already Day-to-Day, there's already Bowser. You already have those. You already have a Donkey Kong. You don't need K. Rool because he fits into that heavy class that there's already so many of.
I can't think of a villain who's
I mean,
fast.
if we're gonna add another heavy class, I want Dr. Eggman.
I mean, who are fast villains? Mewtwo arguably
You're him?
is faster. No, I'm talking about as far as Smash combatants.
Shadow?
Okay, you're not helping.
Sonic's fast.
Dark Pit, I guess, is pretty. He's faster.
Classic
He's
Dark
Lord
Pit.
of the Pit.
Sonic is pretty fast.
He's not a villain. God, guys.
He's the fastest thing alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake.
Well, I mean, evil
All
Sonic.
right. I voted for someone else. This is gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so said
Oh,
Wolf, Solid
I know
Snake.
Prince Fluff.
Yeah,
Did
Prince
you
Fluff.
vote? Wait,
I voted for Prince
did
Fluff.
you vote for your DeviantArt OC?
No.
Jake the Hedgehog. Have you ever played
Yeah.
the OC
I
game?
voted Sonichu.
Yeah, there's no Vernon the Hedgehog.
There is none? I'm gonna
Last
make
time I
Vernon the
checked. It's very
Hedgehog.
unfortunate. Thank you.
I'm gonna make it.
He is the fastest thing.
He's
alive.
gonna have like spikes made of peppers.
Oh no, he's the hottest thing alive. My mistake.
Ooh.
He's faster than Sonic, but Sonic doesn't really mind because they're friends now. And like,
Sonic lost to him in the final battle, and he was okay with it, and you decided that Vernon had to be the hero of the franchise from now on.
it's like,
Oh, that would probably actually increase like the franchise's fan base. Jesus Christ. I'm
Yeah.
not even kidding. So,
So I also-
Sonic better step up your game.
I also voted for Prince Fluff because I felt like if there was ever going to be a fourth Kirby character, he would probably help diversify it a bit more than someone like Waddle Dee. I know a lot of people probably think, oh, Waddle Dee because he has a bandana now.
oh,
but, like,
yeah. Did you see that little thing was Kirby writing in Bandana D, and it's like, why? Because he's my friend, and then it's like Kirby drew a picture of like.
yeah, that was very cute.
It's adorable. I love it. Kirby.
But
could-
I don't know.
Kirby's the
like,
one
I would-
character I think that could convince me to murder someone, and I wouldn't like ever like. I'd be like, oh, okay, man, let's do it. Let's go.
So,
Actually, Adam, I think
It's
it was
kind of
you.
like, would you guys ever want to play as like Toad or something like that? Or,
I mean,
like,
we-
Captain
a
Toad,
a
as much as I
general-
like him, I don't think he fits. I think it's such
Yeah,
it
well,
would
the
be
thing
weird.
is-
Well, I mean, like the idea of Toad, like a general like NPC is like a. I don't think that kind of works. You know, that's. Why
well, I
would
mean,
rather
it
Prince Fluff
wouldn't
over
because
Waddle Dee.
Peach uses a toad, like in her moveset.
Well, I mean, that's one thing.
I don't think they would go against that.
It would be a funny reveal trailer of her using the counterattack, and then he jumps out of her arms and he starts attacking people.
And he puts on his
And
captain
then in
hat.
flies Goku.
Ready
Ready to
my
fight.
God.
And then
Out of here.
Super
just
Saiyan
destroys-
ascended Goku.
He destroys the stage.
He would have the same exact like Final Smash that
As Lucario.
Sonic
And
would
then
have.
Majin Buu comes in. ready to fight,
And-
but there's Frieza.
Oh.
That's his final form.
And then he
is the
does
thing.
fusion. He does fusion with Vegeta, and he becomes Gogeta.
Somewhere in the distance, we hear on the wind the soft howl. Believe it. Pow! Smoke! In comes Naruto. Shadow Jutsu. Sorry, I swore again.
I mean, Adam, I think you said this
I don't know
last
about
week.
you guys, but this
No,
sounds
no,
like
no.
a game
Keep
that's
going.
shaping
This is
up.
going to be the extra. Just Vernon, please, just build this fantasy for me, please. I
Yeah,
like.
Vernon, keep going with your dank
And then in
memes.
comes Darth Maul. Double lightsaber, ready to fight, but wait, no, there's Qui-Gon Jinn. He didn't die when you thought he died. He's back and he's ready to fight in Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
For
with his
Wii U
robot
or
legs.
for 3DS.
Yeah. Then in comes Stephen King. His Ultimate Smash
His
is just a
stage
large
is-
typewriter.
His stage is main.
And then Tommy Wiseau enters the room.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised more joke votes like that aren't popular.
His taunt is oh hi mark.
But then, just out of nowhere, the PS3
I want a
is here,
trained
and
killer
it is,
in here.
the PS3 is here, and it's not about to play games.
Finally. In comes just the concept of time. It's very abstract.
Can we go back
I
to
hope
real
you enjoy
characters?
my version of Super Smash Brothers.
I want to play this game. Where is this game?
This is Super Pepper Brothers. This is
Where can I have a
Smash
tag
Brothers.
team with Tommy Wiseau and a PS3 fighting against Darth Maul and Goku?
And the concept of
That would be on my fanfiction.net account.
someone
You heard it
please
here
write
first,
this fan
folks.
fiction, and Jake and I
Fanfiction.net.
will definitely read it out on the podcast. I
I will
promise you.
read it. I'll be the PS3.
I will do everything that I need to make this
I cannot
happen.
record an HDMI because I have HDCP.
The concept of time gets its final smash, and it's just accepting your own mortality.
Yeah.
Just all the characters sitting on stage being like,
Man, life.
It's gonna happen one day.
I'm really glad we're having this contemplative moment.
you know, we just keep like squandering these lives, but you know, we don't. They're not infinite.
Wait, I've been wanting to say this for a while now because this is important. But Adam, I think you said last week there would be a good character from the F-Zero series, which would be Black Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could
From
make a
F-Zero?
good like heavyweight, type of character.
Yeah, and he
I've-
has the
and-
sword, which is kind of like a faster thing, but he's also an assist trophy.
Wait,
Is he?
Black Shadow.
No, I'm thinking of someone else. I'm sorry, I'm thinking.
That's that Samurai Goro.
I was thinking of Samurai Gore.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no,
Black
but
Shadow.
I think Black Shadow could be a good addition. But I mean, F-Zero has not been relevant in forever.
Yeah,
So
I know. I'll be real. I wish Caleb. I think Caleb. So I think Ridley. I wish Ridley did have a chance.
hmm
ugh,
But
Please
it's
no.
not gonna happen. And here's the thing: everyone's like, "Oh, well, that's if you did that, then what's gonna happen?" I mean, it's not that hard to remove an event that happens on a stage, depending on who's in it. I mean, look at the Spirit Tracks level. You just remove Link and replace him if Link is in play.
and
It
you make a
wouldn't be
meme out of it. Leave it to me.
honestly, like the whole he's too big, he's too this, he's too that. If Duck Hunt has taught us anything, it's that you can make a character out of anything if you're imaginative enough. So, I really do wish they would at least put him on the drawing board and be like, okay, he's big. How do we make this
Well,
work?
the idea is that I think that they were trying to avoid opening the floodgates by accepting people they've already said no to. And that's why I said, assist trophy is the same thing. I don't think that they're going to do it just because it would open a whole mess of people saying, well, why is this character not this character? Why is this
I
character?
mean,
It's like,
I agree. I'm sorry to interrupt, Adam. Here, actually, I'll let you finish.
no, it's
I'll
fine.
say
Go. Please go. Please go.
The only other character I could think that they possibly could get the Ice Climbers in the game just because the new 3DS came out, and the new 3DS may have the capabilities to put them in there. Now,
I'm sure it
that
does.
would
But that would-
limit people without the new 3DS, so they wouldn't be able to get the game. Now, I mean, they wouldn't be able to get the character, and I'm not quite sure that they would do that. But are they going to take that risk or not? I'm not sure if they. I mean, if they could do that with Ice Climbers, people are going to complain. Oh, why can't you do that with Ridley? We work him so he works in both systems and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm just hoping they don't open that window.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay without the Ice Climbers. If anything, put them in the game some other way.
Mm-hmm.
If they
At least
can't
put
get
in the summit stage, because that's one thing people aren't talking about is DLC stages. And God, I would
Oh,
love so many
Isn't there-
levels.
I just
Imagine, I mean, I saw that Maker was pushing Wonder Red. And I want to just make a correction. I think I said, I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but last week I said something like, the creator of Wonder Red and Bayonetta has said, flat out, he doesn't want his characters in the game.
Yeah, you mentioned something along
Yeah,
those
Yeah,
but
Hideki
it's
Kamiya.
more the fact that he just gets mad anytime anyone talks to him, so it sounds like he doesn't want it, but he's just angry all the time about everything that has anything to do with life.
He doesn't have patience
It's-
for like
It's like, so
repetitive.
so how's your day? And he's like, get away from me, stop
As
on-"
I've told you 1,000,000,000 times, I'm having a good day. Blocked.
Yeah.
Like
So,
that's how his Twitter. That's
so
how his
I
tweets
still
are.
think that I still stand with the thing that I don't think Nintendo's going to do it because he seems like a nightmare to work with. I'm surprised that Wonderful 101 got made with a guy like that in charge. But I don't think it's going to happen. But I wanted to make that clarification from last week. Sorry about the
is
line.
he the man that can make all the decisions?
No, I think it's more just like a lot of creators, like Phil Spencer from Xbox, has been saying, they'd
He
they'd
wanted
be
Banjo
happy to.
Kazooie.
Not only that he would be interested, former Rare employees that work at Playtonic
Yeah,
now are also
Playtonic.
behind it. But Phil
They're also
Spencer
for
said
K.
that
Rool.
he would have Xbox work with Nintendo to make this character happen if they were interested in doing it. Like he would be happy to have it happen. Like he has full support and is willing to go above and beyond to make it happen if Nintendo's down to do it.
That would be awesome.
I don't think so. I don't think the banjo fits.
Oh, Jesus, my heart's broken.
I don't know if it's so much that he doesn't fit. It's just that so much time has passed, and he's not with. I've made my peace with it. He's not with Nintendo anymore. Like
I've also
it would be too much of a tease to see him in that in whatever horrible game.
I don't know
Microsoft
how I
can come
explain
up
this
with
to
next
you,
year.
but it's different. Like Link is an iconic character, but Banjo is not. Banjo is a very generic animal character, and Donkey Kong, I would say, is iconic. Pac-Man is iconic. Kirby is iconic. Something about Banjo is just not that same level of he is the reason why people play the game. It's the game itself is why people play. It has nothing to do with Banjo. That's what
Was Nuts and Bolts any good?
No.
it was.
I
it was
mean,
a disaster.
let's put it this way: it's like the Skyward Sword of the franchise, which is to say that if you liked it, you liked it. If you did, you didn't. But it's not what you expected.
Mm-hmm.
If that's a fair.
It's
point.
a little bit farther off than that, though, because it's.
Oh, it was a massive letdown
Yeah.
as far as like old fans in, but it wasn't inherently a bad game. It
no,
was a very
it just wasn't a
different
Banjo game.
It was not a Banjo game.
But
it was not.
But what I mean is just that some characters are destined to be iconic in their own right, and other characters are not, and that's okay. But for that reason, I think that Banjo does not fit. I think that Shovel Knight would fit. I think he's an iconic character. I think you think of Banjo Kazooie, and
Do we
the first.
only want iconic characters in this?
Yes, that's the idea, and I think that especially for Shovel Knight, it makes
No
sense
wonder
to
Icebreakers
have.
didn't make it.
Well, no, I think that they, in their own right, are the same way. I think that.
I've got one gripe with Shovel Knight being a character. Just one.
Why?
Because I do think he's a great character. I do think that he would fit wonderfully, and if he's in, I'll buy the DLC. Like I'm not gonna. But I'm a little annoyed that I know this is gonna sound. I just think it's a little
Premature.
because first. It's a little bit premature, but not just that. It's just that it was a 3DS and Wii U exclusive, and then now it's on all platforms, and then now they're like, hey,
because it's indie
can
game
we-
of the year.
I mean, I know.
And-
That-
It fits in a way that's even deeper than that, which is the fact that it is an homage to that period, the retro
Yeah,
period that
that's what
Nintendo
it
was
is.
No, it
trying
totally
to
is.
push with this
It
game,
totally is.
especially. Which is weird why they don't have Ice Climbers in this game of all games of all Smash Bros. This is the one that they should be in.
This is the one they chose.
I
like,
just,
oh, we can't fit
I
him in the
just
game.
imagine it's going to be a little awkward when they have the talks with Nintendo because hey, we were exclusive, but now we're not. So
Well,
I love
they
the
said.
character. I
Well, the
love
thing
game.
is that they said any third-party character is acceptable, and which is why it's a bloodbath online right now.
Oh,
because
God, yeah.
They said, "Hey, if you have a character in a video game, you can vote for him, and he might get in."
Yeah, if he's in, I'll be all for it. I'm gonna buy any DLC that comes out for this character wise. But that's my only thing, and that's not even a huge thing. It's just sort of I wish it was more a Nintendo oriented character. Well, as far as consoles and like where you can find them, but I mean the game speaks for itself. It's a giant Nintendo homage.
All right, guys.
Plus that level would be super cute.
All right, guys. I want to thank you guys for joining me. This has been a good episode. We're about 120 minutes in. Around there.
Hey, thanks so much for having
Dude.
me, and sorry that I brought this back to Naruto so many
Dude,
times.
it's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, you better believe it.
I just want to take a quick second and thank Brandon for that opening theme song. Brandon was he did a few theme songs for us in the past. He's back again because we loved it so much. I know the staff loved it so much. You guys loved it so much. So thank you to him. He's a fan of ours. And thanks.
We're a fan of his.
And yeah, we
We're
are.
a fan of
He's a great
his.
guy. The closing theme for this week is brought to us by Jeesh. It's the Hero of Time remix, which I love so much.
I love that one.
But thank you again for joining us. This is episode 31, and thank you to Vernon for joining us for this episode.
Dude, thanks so much. I had so much fun.
It
hanging
was
with
a
you
lot
guys.
of fun.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks. Bye. I want it that way.
Watch out!
Better get great. I want. I can't wait to.
Very cool. Vernon.
Hey,
I like you, puppy.
hey, making me blush.
Aw.
He
Yeah.
doesn't have a puppy. He has a cat.
Well, he has a puppy in his picture.
Oh yeah, I got one in that one. They're my parents. Oh,
Oh.
it's my parents. She is my
Can't-
parents. She is
I
a
guess I
female
wouldn't
dog.
know because we're not Skype friends.
Her name is Cookie.
Aw.
She's lovely.
I guess I
Vernon
would know
really is half
because
dog.
yeah, I wouldn't know because we're not Skype friends. So that's weird. I mean, it's so
Mm.
weird how you and I aren't friends right now.
Jesus.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not
Christ,
saying you have to add me. No,
Oh, no, I
I'm not
can't-
even
I
saying
can't.
like it matters to me. No, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'd be
Jake, you're
insulted
so
right
cute.
now if you
I
did.
can't hear you
I would
over,
be
over me
more
having just
offended.
added you.
I would be more offended if you did add me.
Neither of you were ever
I
on
want
Skype,
you-
so why does this matter?
I want you to want to add me.
Oh,
I
I do.
want
I
you
definitely want to
to
add
want
you.
me.
Don't worry, dude.
God.
I want you.
All right, how do I
want me.
accept? Okay, hold on. Are we friends now? I
Mhm.
think we're friends. Okay.
And now it's magic.
Okay.
Oh, that dog is cute.
Jacob,
Okay.
stop
Yes.
senpaiing and
All right.
stuff, and let's get to business.
All right.
Shut up, you
Hey, you can't
That was
curse.
shocking.
Yeah,
Adam.
we're
What
not
the
started
heck?
yet. I can say whatever I want.
This is an extra.
This is true. I'll bleep it
I
out.
hope you guys don't mind me drinking beer while we're.
That is
while we're
totally
talking.
fine.
That
Oh,
is
that is
ideal.
great.
I was
We
actually thinking about
encourage it.
getting. I was actually thinking about doing a little bit of that before the show.
3, 2, 1.
Sorry.
Hey, everybody.
Were we supposed to clap?
No, we were not supposed to
That's-
clap. Someone always does it. So it's
You
fine.
really
You
gotta,
always
you
think someone's
super
gonna
gotta,
do
like,
it.
let me know. Because I will
Come
make
on,
these
Vernon.
mistakes.
It's fine. It
Come
happens.
on.
Well, now we know you were the one
Alright.
who was out of sync because that was a very late clap.
Damn it. Are you like,
So
"Where's
good to
this-
know.
why is this clap here?
Yeah. Maybe I just don't have any rhythm.
Vernon, come.
All right. Okay.
I live in Orlando. Just like move all of your stuff here. Just like let's be friends, man. Like, what are you doing over there?
Sure. But yeah. Okay.
And
No,
Vernon,
like-
when I'm out in
What am I
when
doing
I'm out in
here?
LA, we're definitely getting a cup of coffee. Hanging out.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Absolutely, man.
then you're gonna talk about me the whole time because I'm not there. And you're like, "Man, I wish
yeah,
Jake
yeah,
was here."
no. Just gonna,
I wish Jake was here because he's so cool
gonna
and he's
hold
always so
hands
great.
and look in
He's-
Vernon's eyes and talk about Senpai.
Yeah,
You
this, this is getting to that fan fiction point again.
You
where,
used to want to hold my hand.
Welcome back to fanfiction.net/Vernon Shaw. In today's episode of Fan Fictions, we talk about how Adam, Chris, Jake, and I
Have a love square.
kiss. Just kiss a bunch.
we're just
lots of
kiss
kissing.
a bunch.
That's what happens in my fan fictions. Kissings and butt
So
touches.
it's
I'm actually-
you're
Adam,
the
thanks for
first
having
harem
me.
character that has gone to the point where most harem characters don't, which is where you kiss. Because that's like a rule in harems. You're not allowed to kiss. That never happens.
No, I like breaking conventions. It's Adam X Chris X Jake X Sonic the Hedgehog X Spock and then X My Chemical Romance frontman.
I like how
Gerard
my
Way.
three favorite heartthrobs are in this, which is Sonic the Hedgehog, and the My
and My
Chemical
Chemical Romance.
frontman Gerard Way.
Oh man, that's who I would play at. I want to vote for My Chemical Romance as a DLC fighter.
No, I'd actually totally vote for the characters they were during the whole Demon Days album. Like, have you guys seen those videos?
The
Are
demon.
you sure that you're not thinking of Gorillas?
No, yeah, wait, that is
Gorilla's
I'm
the
Danger
Demon
Days.
Days.
You're talking
Danger
about the
Days.
Black Parade, friend.
Okay,
when
they came up with an album
when-
called Danger Days, I think.
This is why he never kisses you, Chris. This is why he only kisses me, Jake, and Vernon.
All right, yeah, I'm
Don't
not
even
no
know the name of his
senpai
albums.
lover weeboo guy.
when suddenly in comes WWE superstar John Cena.
Oh my God, John Cena!
It has been a good time.
Man, I ruined this end slate.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
fine.
Let's get Seth Rollins in here. He's the new champ.
It's been a good time. Listen, Vernon. Listen. Just be with me and me alone, okay? That's all. That's all.
All right.
No,
Okay.
listen. No. You're
All right.
listening, but you're not understanding.
No, I am though.
There's a difference.
No, I
Just-
get it.
You got it?
I get it.
You got it?
I super get it, dude. Don't worry.
Listen, I'm a huge fan of your work,
can we
man.
end the
This
podcast?
episode was
Can we end
so
it?
full of bromance.
I'm-
It's
This
not even funny.
podcast brought to you by fanfiction.com/.
Chris, shut up!
Shaw.
Vernon, listen.
Fanfiction.net, bringing you the hottest memes of 2014.
I am such a fan of your work, but I'm even a fan of your butt.
Oh my god.
So if you could just, if you could fly your butt into Orlando, and I mean
Oh
butt
my God.
first,
Hey Adam,
Butt
thanks for
first.
having me.
Butt
It's
first.
been Chris.
butt first,
You-
We should all
butt
go.
first.
This has ended already. I think this is extras.
Oh, I'm
This
still
is
recording.
probably-
Chris J. Kidd
Yeah, I know.
on
No,
Twitter.
I'm still recording.
Bye guys.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, but actually, bye, Vernon.
Bye.
I love you. Adam, you're all right. Chris, who are you?
All right.
I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, Jake.
I love you, Adam, but not as much as Vernon.